We are not the first country to vote against the EU, but we are going to be the first country to win.
You should not be mistaken. It's very strong forces are working towards this federal state.
Notre marché intérieur, qui n'est pas parfait, il faut l'approfondir. Et Monti nous fera des propositions concrètes.
You have the charisma of a damn hag. You have the appearance of a bank clerk. Who are you? I've never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you. And I have no doubt that it's your intention to be the quiet assassin of European democracy. Perhaps that's because you come from Belgium, which of course is pretty much a non-country. We don't know you, we don't want you. The sooner you're put out to grass, the better. We don't like you, we don't want you.
Our logic and reason have proved you wrong. Go back to the Spagistan where you belong. Don't make me have to start World War III. Bring it on, these guns are WMD.
I guess in life you're either going to be a follower or you're going to be a leader. The leaders are leavers. The followers are Ramonas.
People were out here on the streets yesterday marching through Liverpool, calling for a second referendum.
The narrative of a Ramona is I don't know much, but I'm going to follow what my friends say. I'm going to follow what my family say. I'm not going to have a mind of my own, and I'm not going to gather any information of what the EU is and what they've done in the past.
Are the British people, when they vote in a general election, to be able to change the policies of the government that has previously been there? And it is already a fact that whatever government is in power, our agricultural policy is now controlled from Brussels, our trade policy is controlled from Brussels, our industrial policy is controlled from Brussels. It is a democratic and not a nationalistic argument.
The Ramonas are asking for another parliament for the people from all different countries to tell them what to do in their own country. It doesn't make any sense. Ramonas can't have a clue of what it means.
And what's absolutely clear is that Eurozone membership is completely incompatible with nation-state democracy. You can do what you like to take away the powers of national parliaments, but people will go on voting, and I think there's a trend developing right across Europe that Eurosceptic parties are going to get stronger and stronger.
It's very clear. If you are a Ramona, it means that you want a federal EU. You want a federal Europe.
It's the true story of Europe. It's the story the politicians don't want you to hear, because it shows how they've deceived us and betrayed our nation. Only in 1994 did Chancellor Kohl's foreign policy spokesman, speaking on behalf of the ruling party of Europe's dominant nation, Germany, clearly reveal the true plan. The plan is to create a federal European superstate. Into it will be merged up to 25 ancient European nations, including our own. This new country, called Europe, will have one parliament, one government, one court of justice, one currency, one flag, and one anthem. That has been the plan all along. But those who favoured it knew the people of Europe would never accept it. They would never willingly surrender their freedoms to become just a province in a vast European superstate. So what did the politicians do? They conspired to keep the truth from the people.
But isn't the truth the truth is that your membership are gagging for you as a party to have a second referendum. They want to overturn Brexit.
Oh, yes, of course I would. You know, I mean, and I think the most important thing is why I brought this document with me. This whole future of Europe now, this was a document released to the MEPs in, I think it was October of last year. This actually fleshes out the future of the European Union. It's a frightening document in terms of the degree of control.
We've got the perfect person here to talk to us about that. I'll come to you in a second.
When that's in the public domain, it will be interesting to see how people react.
Well, I campaigned for the referendum. If you know this, I was in a minority of one on the National Executive and the Shadow Cabinet. In 71, they didn't want a referendum, but in the end we got a referendum after we'd gone in and we lost it. And then I was on the Council of Ministers. And that was the most shattering experience I've ever been in my life, because I was the representative of Britain, and for 6 months I was the president of the Council of Energy Ministers. I wasn't allowed to submit a document. Only the Commission, who are bureaucrats, could submit a document. I could say yes or no, sort of a constitutional monarch, if you like. They controlled it. It met in secret. It made laws for Britain and everywhere else. It met in secret. And when I suggested we met in public, they nearly strangled me, because all their dirty little deals would have come out.
Marché intérieur qui n'est pas parfait, il faut l'approfondir. Et Monti nous fera des propositions concrètes.
You have the charisma of Madame Ag. You have the appearance of a banker. Who are you? I've never heard of you. Nobody in Europe had ever heard of you. And I have no doubt that it's your intention to be the quiet assassin of European democracy. Perhaps that's because you come from Belgium, which of course is pretty much a non-country. We don't know you, we don't want you. The sooner you're put out to grass, the better. We don't like you, we don't want you.
Our logic and reason have proved you wrong. Go back to the Spagestan where you belong.
Don't make me have to start World War III.
Bring it on, these guns are WM.